Well, good morning to you. I'm meteorologist Caroline Carithers with the News 5 First Alert Storm Team here with your Monday morning, September 25th tropical update. So let's start with the big picture of things here because we have several areas we're tracking, right? So we have an area to watch. It's actually moving into the southern Gulf of Mexico. We'll talk about that, as well as Tropical Storm Philippe that formed over the weekend and a tropical wave off the coast of Africa. So let's start with Philippe. It's maintaining its intensity. Max winds still at 50 miles per hour here. Now, the good news with Philippe is it is expected to gain a little bit of strength but stay a tropical storm. According to the National Hurricane Center, it is forecast to kind of loop back into the Atlantic. This is not a current threat to the United States and not a threat to our stretch of the Gulf Coast, but just something we're watching that's out there. There's also another tropical wave off the coast of Africa. Now, this one does have a high chance for development. This will likely become a tropical depression or storm around midweek, likely Wednesday, Thursday. The good news is the early forecast models here associated with this system, currently called Invest 91, keep this in the Atlantic as well. So we've been lucky with these low latitude storms. Typically we're going to keep a closer eye on those, but the good news is most of these have been funneling back out into the Atlantic over open water, not threatening any land. So we'll continue to keep an eye on that, but early indications show no threat to the United States at this time. We're also tracking another area, just an area of clouds and low pressure that is forecast to move into the southern Gulf later on this week. Now, this likely won't develop into anything tropical. It will just kind of stay low pressure, and that's because there's a lot of wind shear in the Gulf of Mexico right now. But the good news with this is no matter if it develops or not, it's going to continue on its westward track, staying south of the News 5 neighborhood. So no direct impacts are expected here. What will happen, though, is it's going to throw a little moisture our way. So that's going to increase our rain chances a little bit, but it's going to stay well to our south. No direct impacts are expected from this system. So no current tropical threats to our stretch of the Gulf Coast, which is good news. But if you want to stay up to date, you can head to WKRG.com, head to our hurricane map room that has all the latest graphics and everything you need to know.